Jesus more.
My dear brothers and sisters, we come to one of those which will be called a gospel classic. And it's a very wonderful story that you can only find in Luke's gospel. You won't find this in Matthew or in Mark or in John. So only in Luke that we have this encounter between Peter and Simon, Peter as well, and Jesus. But I just want us to go through this text in a way that is very real, especially for us and in our day. So the gospel begins by saying that that Peter, Jesus comes, is preaching, and then he finds these two fishermen, and he found the two boats, and he found the fishermen who had disembarked, and they were washing their nets. So we know from this story that Peter had been fishing all night. So at this moment, he's possibly tired, and what he would want at this moment is to rest. And remember, he fished the whole night and he caught nothing. So at this moment, he is totally frustrated. He is washing his nets from catching nothing. Maybe he had caught some seaweeds and some mud and what. But at this moment, he is washing his nets, and the least thing that he would want is for somebody to disturb him. So he is tired. He has not slept the whole night. He has walked in vain. He has not caught anything. He's possibly frustrated. He's possibly angry. And then a complete stranger at this point is Jesus. He just comes and he climbs on his boat. So just imagine coming out from SM and you find somebody sitting on your car. How frustrated you get. I mean, he has done nothing. It's not that you've not, but at this point, Peter is already frustrated and is angry. Then you are coming out and you find somebody sitting on your car and maybe playing some cards. You get so angry, just get out of this time. Get out of my car. But at this point, Peter climbs on the boat of Peter, and Peter would not want to get any noise at this point. But now there is a crowd standing there, and this stranger is sitting on his boat and preaching. Peter takes that. It does not make sense, but he does not complain. He says, this guy has no idea of how angry I am. Let me just let him be. Jesus pushes further, and he says, can you push? Now, this man has been working all night. His energy is exhausted. And then Peter says, push this boat a bit inside so that I can be able to talk to these people. I'm sure at this moment Peter could say, please stop wasting my time. Stop wasting my time. Or get out of my boat. No, a similar one would be for somebody who is already sitting in your car, is already making you angry, and he says, please, can you reverse a bit, let me, and get off this shadow, there is something that is shading me. Can you reverse a bit? No, that does not make sense. But Peter takes that. He pushes it further. And it doesn't make sense, but he tries to do that. And now, at this moment, Jesus pushes further again and he says, please cast out your nets into the deep for a catch. Now, remember, Peter has just finished washing his nets. So, at this moment, and he knows that he has fished all night and he has caught nothing. And this man is saying, throw this net again into water. So, it means he has to wash it again. It means he has to catch this dirt again and all that. And Peter would have said, I'm sure at this moment, please, don't waste my time. And if in case I throw this net and it catches nothing, I hope you would wash this net, because I've been washing it. To wash the net is not an easy thing, it's a big thing, and you have to get through everything to make sure everything is out. But Peter obeys. And at this moment, he actually respects him. He says, Master. He calls him Master. He shows that he acknowledges him. We have been trying this thing all night and we have caught nothing. Peter did not say to him, you are wasting my time. He did not say to him, I'm frustrated with you. He did not say to him, "You are making me angry." He said, "We have caused nothing, but at your word, no, I do not trust myself, but at your word, I will just do what you say." My dear friends, this is a very difficult thing. I mean, we could read this story and we just go through it like that, but I think before Jesus has an encounter with Peter, he had no idea what Peter had gone through. Of course, he knew what Peter had gone through because he's God. He knew he was tired, he was frustrated, but he kept pushing him. And I think faith is that thing that strips us of everything. It is that thing that pushes us to the limit. It is that thing that makes us, at the moments that we feel that God is wasting our time, that we still have to keep pushing on and keep holding on to God, because it seems like God is wasting our time, but He wants us to keep going in that way. Remember in Mark's Gospel, I think, chapter 5, when Jairus came to Jesus asking him to come and heal his daughter who was sick. In verse 35, some officials came from his home and said, "Stop wasting his time. Your daughter is dead." Stop wasting his time. Your daughter is dead. And Jesus said to Jairus in verse 36, "Do not be afraid, only have faith." Only have faith. It might not make sense. Even the people say he's wasting his time. And remember, even when Jesus is talking to Peter and asking him, "Please, can you throw your net?" I'm sure Peter would have asked him, "Who are you? Who are you? Who are you to tell me to cast out my nets?" And Jesus would have said, "I am Jesus. What is your trade? Are you a fisherman?" He said, "No, I'm a carpenter." It does not even make sense again. How can a carpenter be teaching a fisherman how to cast his nets? So at that moment, it didn't make sense that Peter would obey a carpenter, but he trusted. Our faith at times does not have to make sense. And at times, when we keep pushing, it is like we are wasting our time. Have you ever been in a situation where you feel like your prayers are not being heard? Like, I keep doing it, but God seems to be totally quiet and is ignoring me. It's like I'm wasting my time. And God is just saying, do not be afraid, just have faith. You might not understand, we might not understand. It does not possibly even make sense to us. But God says we must keep pushing. We must keep praying. We must keep holding on to Him. We must begin to trust less of ourselves and trust God more. Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5. I don't know if it's 5 verse, no, I think 3 verse 5 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and in your own intelligence do not rely." Rely not on your intelligence. It is true there are things that will be logical to us, but might not make sense to God. There are things that do not make sense to us, but it's God's way of bringing it everything together for our good. And if only we can be patient and hold on like Peter, who did not give in to his frustration, who did not give in to his tiredness, who did not give in to his anger, who did not give in to all the tiredness, that everything that he had felt at that moment, but trusted that God, that Jesus, whom he possibly did not know at that moment, but he said, "Master, at your word, I am going to do what I say, even though it does not make sense. Even though you are just a carpenter, you have no experience of fishing, even though you have tried to provoke me, you have given me the reason to get frustrated more, but I would hold on and trust in you." And God says, do not be afraid, only have faith. If only we can trust, even when it does not make sense, God will show up at the time that we do not expect. But that moment will be the best moment, because at that time will be that time that He had anointed to do that which we are asking for. So let us continue to ask God for a gift of trust, that we may not give in to our frustrations, that we may not give in to all the desires that are coming up in our hearts, all the thoughts that are coming in our hearts, that we will not give in to the voice of the devil speaking in our minds, in our heads, but that we will continue to keep our eyes fixed on Jesus, who is the initiator and the perfecter of our faith.
Kiss us, mother, kiss your children. Bring God's blessings from above. With your mantle blue enfold us in your gentle holy love. See the darkness dissipating, hear the trumpet echoing, Satan's rage